afternoon, everybody. In this session, today we will learn histogram and frequency polygon plots with a range of choices and features. This is data visualization, chapter number 2 of unit 1. Today's agenda is histogram and frequency polygons. We will draw histogram using Python code. Now, what is a histogram? Let us understand this. It is a powerful summarization tool for discrete and continuous data. It is used in statistics for analyzing data and heights of the bar. See the heights of the bar, it will denote the frequencies of value in our data sets. The taller the bar and shows more data falling in this particular range. See the height in the category of 60 to 65, the number is 3. It means the frequency is 3. So this type of bar histogram we will create, and you must be thinking that this is like a bar chart only. Then what is the difference between a bar chart and a histogram? See, a bar chart is like this, in which it is for individual items. Like say here in this particular language, Spanish, Chinese, Hindi, we are putting in the bars the number of people, number of speakers of these particular languages. In histogram, it is continuous without any gaps in between. It is the category of data. We are showing histogram for like 60 to 65, 65 to 70, 70 to 75. But in the bar graph, it is for the individual numbers, like Spanish, for you are doing it for Spanish, Chinese, Hindi. And instead of these labels, you can have single numbers also. But histogram is for the continuous, it is for the range. And that range is also continuous. In the histogram, it is created using hist function. In the Python, again, you need to include the matplot library, and the matplot library, you have a function called hist. It will take 4 parameters: x, the data set on which you want to draw histogram; bins, calculate the edges, how many edges should be there; edge color, what will be the color of the edge; cumulative, you have a cumulative frequency. His type is, it can be bar, bar stacked, step, and step 3. These are the 4 values that can be assigned in his type. See, in all these 5 parameters, you have X data set, which is mandatory to give. And rest of them are non-mandatory. It is optional. If you want to give, you can give. Otherwise, the system, the library will calculate by default what will be the value of bins, edge color, cumulative, and his type. Let X is the scores of students who have achieved. Let X is equal to these. I am entering the scores of 20 students. Let this is 18, 19, 11, 21, 28, 30, 24, 24, 23, 15, 20, 27, 21, 21, 13, 30, 18, and 25. These are the values of the scores in a quiz for 20 students. Now, if I put it on the bar chart, so if I put it on the bar chart for individual student, I will show their scores and I can compare their scores with the bar chart. Okay, but now in case of histogram, which is used for studying the distribution of data among various, I want to compare the performance of different classes. Then I will use histogram. Histogram will give me how the data is distributed over various ranges. This is not for individual. Bar graph is for individuals. Like I'm creating bar for each student, but histogram is for the category of data. I need to define, this is a general data, raw data, and information, I want to categorize this in the form of ranges. So let me identify which is my minimum number and which is my maximum number, so that I can define my categories properly. In the data, I can see that 11 is the minimum number and 30 is my maximum number. So all the data is scattered from 11 to 30. So my minimum value is 11. So let us divide. I want to divide it in 5 ranges. So there are 20 numbers starting from 11 to 30. If I want to divide it in 5 range, so there is a difference of 4 in my ranges. So I start data. I want to define range here. So I start from 11 and from 11 to 14. This is one range. My second range is 15 to 18. Third range is from 19 to 22, 23 to 26. Another range from 27 to 30. So these are the categories I have defined. I don't want to design for every student, every 20 students. So I have made the category of the range. Now the frequency. Frequency means how many students are getting under this category, 11 to 14. How many students are there who have scored between 11 to 14? So from the diagram, I can see from 11 to 14 is this number and one more 13. So frequency is only 2. How many students into 18? From 15 to 18 is this 18 and this 15. This is gone. This is gone. So we'll rate this is 3. From 19 to 22. From 19 to 22, 1 is there, 19 is there, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6. Frequencies are there. Similarly, for this and 27 to 30, there are 4 numbers which lies between this particular range. Now we'll draw the histogram for this particular data. For drawing the histogram, you need again x-axis and y-axis. On the y-axis, you have frequencies. You always has frequency on the y-axis. So frequency lies between 2 to 6. So let us define the range 1, 2, 3, 4. It is not the accurate. But on the notebook, you will make the accurate intervals. And the range, this is known as bins. It is known as bins. Okay? One of the arguments in the hist was bins. So our bins are, this is the range I am defining, 11 to 14. Another range is 15 to 18. Another range 19 to 22. Another 23 to 26, and another range is 27 to 30. So there are the various ranges we have defined. It is 15 to 18. Okay, now let us draw the histogram for the range 11 to 14. We have the 2 frequency. So let us draw. This is 1 bar. These are the continuous bars. 15 to 18, we have 3. So we have 3 for the another bar. 19 to 22, we have 6. So we have 6. This is another bar we will make. Now for 23, 26, we have 5 is here. This is 5. And then for 27 to 30, we have only 4 students. So we have another category. This is how we will create histograms. So is the terms clear? We have the range of values, we have frequencies. Frequency we plot on y axis and the range will be there on the x-axis. Range is also known as, and frequencies. Frequencies is also known as weights sometimes. Weights. Frequency is also known as weights. Weights of the bar. So this is the histogram we created. Now let us see let us do the one example. And I'll start with hands-on. For hands-on, let us copy this and open Python. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's create this file, new file. I paste. See here, import. We will do this because we are using this library. And X, these are the marks I have already entered here. And plt.hist, X is 5. Let us see what will happen if I write only X. This is a mandatory parameter we need to give. We have only given X, which is our data. It will automatically generate polygon for us, this histogram for us. Here, this type of histogram it will give. Now, to give the edge color, because edge color is same as a bar color, so it is not showing the edge colors. So we want to show the edge colors, and see here there are more number of bars. Let us check by putting the edge color whether it has more bars or not, because it automatically defines the number of points, the number of bins. Let me have taken red here. See here, now you are able to see the bars. These are continuous bars. Okay. Now the range, देखो, it is already start with 11, but it has not shown 11. It will go till 30, and there are bars also. 10 bars are there. 10 bars means by default, if you does not define any bins, you don't tell Python that how many categories are there, how many ranges are there, it automatically defines 10. 10 bars are there by default. So if I want to change, I want only that in the last this whiteboard I have divided only into 5 categories. Let bins is 5. Now it has generated 5 bars only, because automatically say here the category has changes from 11 to 14, then next category start from 15 to 18, and another from 19 to 22, and 23 to 26, and last is 27 to 30. So this is how we can generate the graphs, histograms. Now you know what is the cumulative frequency. Cumulative frequency क्या होता है? See here, cumulative frequency, like 11 to 14 there are 2 students only, and now 15 to 18 नहीं calculate होगा, cumulative में होगा 11 to 18 कितने students है? 5. We'll add this. Similarly, 11 to 22 how many students? 9, 11. 11 and 5, 16. 16 and 4, 20. So there 20. Are a number of 20 students. So cumulative frequency is basically you keep on adding the various frequencies. That is the cumulative frequency. Okay, in the screen, if I write cumulative, I want to make cumulative graph or cumulative frequency, I need to write here true. Now I'll see the cumulative graph. It is always increasing. So you will see in increasing order. So this is the cumulative frequency histogram for the given data. इसमें देखो it is 3 and then again according to the data we have generated 2, 5, 11, 16, 20. It is 2, 5, 11, 20, 16, 20. So this is the cumulative frequency graph. Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Histogram clear? What is histogram and how to draw it? How can we give various parameters here? Bins is clear. What is bins? Bins are the number of ranges. If you have 5 bins, you have 5 bars. If you have 10 bins, 10 bars. If I make it 8, I should have 8 bars here. Basically, it defines the data ranges and frequency is also defined in that particular bins. Now I have this 8. So cumulative will remove cumulative. Now we'll see. So here I have got 8 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 because I have defined 8 bins. It is basically the categories. These categories, I have divided into 5 categories. It can be divided into 8 categories. It can be divided into 10 categories. 11 to 12 कर देती हूँ, 11 to 13 करती हूँ, 3 के groups बनाती हूँ. So it will be a 6, 7, 8. Depends on how I define the range here. Now there's another. Now one more example using numpy and random function. How can we use numpy and random function to generate the histogram? Histogram can be generated for any type of data. So let us see. We paste it in Python. See here, this is the matplotlib library as PLT, numpy as NP. Now in this, I am not providing any data. I'm providing this information, np.random.randn1000. What this function will do, it will generate random numbers, 1000 random numbers in the range -3 to 3. So here I'll show you the example. If I write here import numpy as np, and if I write here x equal to np dot random dot randn. I want to generate only 10 numbers. Now x, see the numbers it is generated. It is generated negative numbers also. It is generating positive numbers also. The number line between it is 2.65, 2.60, 2.00. So the data lies between -3 to 3, the in between -3 and 3. I can give the range also if I want to generate data only. That I want from data from 1 to 10. I write 1 to 10. Then what are the numbers I have got here? -0, 0, 0 point, -2, -1, 1, -0, -0, 0.2, and this. So basically this function is used for generating data. Now I want to put the graph for this particular data. So I've written X here, bins let it is 10, edge color red. Now let us see what graph it will generate. So this is the graph where data lies between -2, -3. These are the ranges and these are the frequencies. 250 times 0, it is showing 0. And 200 times -1 to 0. The data lies between these ranges. These are basically ranges. So -2, -1 is 0, 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3. These are the ranges, and these are the frequencies. 250 times which number will be shown in which particular range, not a number, in which range. At 250 times it is showing in the diagram. So this way you can use this random function for generating numbers. Otherwise, you will always plot the graph for the given data. Now you must have understood the difference between the bar graph and the data. And wider is the histogram. It means your data is scattered among various ranges, and more compact it is. It means it is more near to the central tendency, central distribution, or the mean of the graph. Now, from this diagram, can you suggest me this diagram? Let us take this diagram. In this diagram, what will be the mean, where the mean of the data lie? In this diagram, these are the numbers. If I want to calculate the mean, for calculating mean, I will add up these numbers and divide by 20, and the mean lies between, because most of the frequency lies between this central bar, so it will lie between this, in the central bar. And if you will find, it is 21.75, which is in the range, is this given range, that is 19 to 22. Now, what is frequency polygon? That's all about the histograms. What is frequency polygons? In a frequency polygon, it is only the frequency distribution of the graph that you have already done with the histogram. Pie plot does not provide any function for frequency polygon. If you want to make frequency polygon, what you will do, you need to join the central point of each bar. Like in this diagram, we have joined the central points. So if I want to make a histogram in this particular graph, so I will take, this is a central point. So I will join this point like this. So this is the only way. There is no direct function through which you can draw frequency polygon, like hist for histogram, but there is no function for frequency polygon. You just need to make the histogram and join the middle points of this. So this is an exercise, draw histogram for the following data. In this case, you have given the class intervals, you have given the frequency, and this is the cumulative frequency. You have to draw graph for both frequency and cumulative frequency. You have to plot graphs for both. And in the next question, this is the next question. I have given the range 0 to 10, 10 to 20. This is the height of the plants growing in a garden. You need to design the histogram for this. Frequency is given, and you will also design the frequency polygon for this. Also design frequency polygon. Frequency polygon, how will you make? You will just, whatever graph you will obtain from histogram, just with the scale and a pen, you will join the center points. You will get the frequency polygon for this. That's all for today's class. Now tell me if you have any questions.